This is a description for how the Sidewalk and Road Maintainer circuit and actuators and sensors work. Our robot has 4 distance sensors, 2 vibration sensors, a rotating forward arm, and a roller extension arm in the rear. The 4 wheels are driven by 2 DC motors, one in the front and one in the rear. The robot also has an internal battery bank which is powered by solar chargers. My code here operates under a few different areas. If these 4 distance sensors detect an object, whether that be a person, bench, rocks, and it gets too close, it'll command all the motors to stop, and therefore the robot will stop moving. I also have this force sensor here, which is used to show the robot detecting vibrations on the ground. If a vibration is deemed too high, it's considering that an area that needs to be fixed. If that is flagged, the robot will go through its steps here, saying the force sensor was activated, stopping the motors. It'll send a command out to the other robots saying that it detected a discrepancy and it's going to start a repair. It'll then go through its commands of reversing the motors for 3 seconds to go back to the area, driving its forward arm down and dispensing material into the hole or crack, returning the arm, dropping the rear roller extension, and then driving forward over that area to smooth the area. After that, it retracts its ruler tool, and it won't continue on with its regular operations until this force sensor has been reset. That's to essentially simulate the robot saying this job has actually been completed and it's satisfactory. So once this force sensor is set to a value that is acceptable, these motors will release and continue moving forward. So as for a simulation of this, we have our 4 distance sensors, which are infrared sensors on the robot. If I bring a sensor too close, you should get a message saying that it's going to stop the motors. And we see we have 0 RPM. And then if I release that, the motors continue on with their motion. I did forget to mention one thing. The robot sends out commands via its steps in fixing a hole or whatever process, but it also receives commands from the other robots in the form of me inputting a number to the terminal here. So if I input 1, we get received command 1, job complete, and that's essentially saying that another robot has completed a job and is notifying all the other robots in the team. There's also 2 more commands I could send to simulate it. So we get, once the terminal here loads, receive command 2, starting new job. And then if we move on with the vibration sensor here, we send a force that's too high, the robot detects an area that needs to be repaired, and it goes into its steps here, showing the process. Rotates the forward arm to dispense material, returns the forward arm, extends the rear extension arm, and should drive forward over the area to smooth the pavement. And once again, it returns that arm and holds until the vibration sensor is cleared, saying the job is complete. And once that sets, the robot will continue on with its operation.